My anxiety, it is 100% something that I've suffered badly with, and at times I wouldn't talk to anyone. But in this past year, I have come a long way. I can now talk to people without the fear of what they think of me and my body language. Actually talking to people about how I feel, instead of letting it bottle up and then exploding in anger. I'm proud of finally not caring what anyone thinks. As a lesbian, I've always been so scared walking around in public with my girlfriend. It's caused problems at times in our relationship, but finally, I don't care anymore. I don't care what people think. I love her and I always will. Being different is good. I wouldn't change myself for the world. I'm proud of how far I've come. To anyone out there struggling with finding their true selves, you'll get there. Be proud of you and who you are. I am proud of overcoming my fear of opening up to people and allowing myself to get support when times have been tough. I have struggled a long time with an eating disorder, anorexia. The last couple of months I have been working really hard on my recovery. I am not done yet, but I have come a long way, which I am really proud of myself for. Developing chronic fatigue as a teenager as a result of suffering from anxiety so bad that I would have panic attacks in my sleep and have to sleep with my mum's bed at 16 to stop me calling ambulances throughout the night. 10 years on, I now travel the world for work, working on some really cool things, and have been in my industry for 8 years now and lived away from home for 6 years of those years. I still suffer with ME flare-ups and panic attacks, but I know my body and how to manage these now. It's just wild to see how far I've come. I also came out as trans 4 years ago, so that made me so much happier, and I'm just proud of myself for the life I live, considering how I grew up. Life does get better, just stay positive. Overcoming bad confidence has been a long and often challenging journey, but it also is one of the most transformative experiences I've gone through. For years I've allowed the opinions and judgments of others to shape how I saw myself. Whether it was about my appearance, my ability, or how I interacted with people, I was constantly seeking approval. I thought that if I could just meet others' expectations, I would feel good about myself. But all it did was feed a cycle of insecurity and self-doubt, where I was never truly satisfied. No matter what I achieved, my confidence became something external, fragile, and easily shaken by criticism or disapproval. At some point, I began to realise that my worth shouldn't be tied to the opinions of others. I understood that no matter how hard I tried to please everyone, it was impossible to meet the ever-changing expectations of the world around me. What I was missing was a foundation of self-acceptance, something that came from within, not from the outside. Confidence isn't about flawlessness or always right, it's about embracing who I am, with all my imperfections, and accepting that I am enough just as I am. It was a liberating realisation, one that freed me from the constant need for validation. When I was around 13 years old, I was a victim of sexual. I then used to live in my room and I didn't want to socialise. I refused to go to school and I was really depressed. Over the years after, I've overcome it to the point I can live my life. I'm more happy to talk to people about my story and hope it helps others. It still haunts me to this day, but so far of my 20 years of living, that's the biggest thing I've overcome. The first time I went to the men's team in handball, as the first official trans handball player in Switzerland, I've got so much support from everyone. I'm proud to have learned how to accept myself for my trans identity, that I do not need to fit stereotypes. I'm proud that I'm able to help my community in so many ways and be a voice for those who can't use their voices for various reasons. I am also proud of overcoming my fears to learn to love myself, even if that is still a work in progress. I am proud. I overcome my own personal shame of what I truly was underneath the mask I had built for 20 plus years. I am a happy transgender and I am the only one on a small island of over 3,000 people. Be proud of who you can become and be proud of the choices and decisions you have made to get you to where you are today. We should all be proud. I am proud of overcoming my worst days. This time last year, I was in year 13 but missed pretty much every single day due to bad mental health. I had to take 6 months out of sixth form to get better in a psychiatric hospital. Now I'm repeating the year and getting A stars and A's and haven't missed a single lesson as of yet. You know, everyone has a different opinion on what success is, and everyone has a different opinion on what it is to overcome something. Some people's overcoming are bigger than others, some people's overcoming are smaller than others, but each one just as important in their journey through life and their self-growth journey. It's interesting hearing everyone's stories of overcoming, something that they're proud of. I think we should all take a second to think about what we're proud of for overcoming. If you're watching this right now, take a second and have a think about what you're proud of. Because it doesn't matter how small, it doesn't matter how big. There is something that you've overcome that means something to you. And that should be celebrated.